especially in the CrossFit space, Whoop was like the sauce. Like you literally weren't a cool kid if you didn't have a Whoop. For example, I drive a 4Runner. Therefore, if I see somebody else rocking a 4Runner, like you get the nod of approval, the head nod. Same thing, like Jeep people got their Jeep people. So same thing. It's like if you see somebody wear a Whoop, you instantly know, okay, this person probably like CrossFits or they're probably serious about their fitness. So it's like it's like when you're out somewhere and you see somebody wearing Metcons and you're like, okay, we know, we connect and we vibing.
Do you know why it's called Whoop? I was doing all that research and I literally couldn't figure out why it's called Whoop. But because every time when it first came out, I was like, Whoop, there it is. Like I thought.
Oh God.
Oh.
All I can think of is just like the CrossFit nostalgia of it was the sauce. Everybody had one. You weren't cool if you didn't. And I just like, in my opinion, I think you love it or hate it. I still know a lot of people that they love theirs. It's great. When the Whoop works, it is actually really cool to see the data. Because I remember during the Panini, people would post and be like, oh, dang, like I came down with the vid and my Whoop called it. And, it was like their Whoop score would be like single digits, they would be air quotes like in the red. And then reversely, so it's like the Whoop was actually very good at predicting, oh shit, like you're about to get sick. Oh, you're sick. Okay. That was actually why I ended up getting one. It was right before I was about to get a boob job. And so I was super curious. It was literally just from a place of like, like I know this recovery is going to be kind of gnarly. So like, I'd be curious to see like, what's the data? What's my recovery going to look like? And so basically what the Whoop is it's a wristband. It's a recovery device. So it's going to monitor your sleep, your heart rate, your HRV. It doesn't track steps and it doesn't tell the time, which like, I still like fucking dumb, man. Like, because you're going to have to double ding. You're going to have to wear a watch and you're going to have to wear your freaking Whoop band.
They actually have an article on their website talking about why they don't track steps. Long story short, they just don't think it's a good indicator of overall like impact on cardiovascular effect, because their logic is that you can walk, say 5 miles, and you can do it at a very low intensity and not really get your heart rate up at all. And they were like saying a lot of Whoop users have data to say that, okay, we walked a bunch and it didn't affect my heart rate at all. Whereas if you did something that did affect your heart rate, that's more indicative of like, does it affect your overall health, fitness, and things like that. So that's why they use the strain. They calculate this metric called strain, which is basically the impact that an activity has on your overall recovery. And it's based off, impacts on your heart rate and things like that.
Still bullshit. I remember getting it in the mail and that just like wasn't even on my radar of thinking. And I was like, well, this, like, I feel like such a nerd. I don't want stuff on me. I don't want jewelry. I don't want accessories. So now I'm like double dinging watch and band. Like,
I feel like a Whoop as a company, like I don't want to tell them how to run their business, but if you got asked multiple times about this, like, why don't you track steps? Couldn't you just like add it in there just a little bit, just for shits and giggles, I don't know.
And I mean, what it would be was it would have to drastically change the size because it would need a bigger little like little digital hub, but like, so dumb. But, that being said, you can still accessorize it. So like you can choose what color the band looks like. You can choose what color the little like metal strap thingy looks like. They also have accessories too, right? But I mean, I never had them.
Which actually is quite useful if you do other sports. So for example, I do, jiu-jitsu. I couldn't wear the Whoop on the wrist, and I definitely couldn't wear the Garmin. And we'll talk about Oura Ring too, but I wouldn't be able to wear any of those things while training jiu-jitsu. Whoop actually makes a lot of accessories that you can just take the sensor out and then put it into the garment. You can wear it while you're training. So they make a little arm strap, they make underwear, all that kind of stuff. So I was able to actually train jiu-jitsu with the Whoop for several weeks with this like little armband.
Make sure you take it off, especially if you like are somewhere where it's really hot, you're sweating a lot.
Oh yeah, it did mess up my skin a lot. They tell you like it has to be tight on your skin.
What is the Whoop membership looking like these days?
The way the process works is you go on Whoop and you order your sensor and your band, and anything other than the black band is going to cost you extra. So they'll send you the band and then the sensor technically for free, but you have to sign up for a membership. So the membership runs either in 2-year commitment, 1-year commitment, or you can pay month to month. But obviously, the longer you commit, the more of a break on the cost that you get. So like the 2-year is $399. You pay that totally up front. The 1-year, I think, is $239, also paid up front. Or you can pay monthly for $30 a month. So it's really just whether you want to pay it up front or you want to finance. But the thing is, with the Whoop, you're paying that every year now. So if you sign up for a year, you're now paying $239 every year that you own and use a Whoop. So that actually can get really expensive. Like any of the things that I feel like are on that we're about to talk about are on the market.
Well, and the question is, are you going to use it? Because I definitely did. I think I did like the year up front, and then I only wore it for, maybe 5-6 months. Because what happened was when they came out with the 3.0, it wouldn't read my heart rate correct. I actually messaged or I sent an email. I reached out to customer service and I was like, yo, I've never had issues with the 2.0, but the 3.0, it's not working. And so the customer service email response I got back was like, oh, well, you must have got new tattoos. And I was like, my dudes, my tattoos are 15 years old. And that's a no. Nothing has changed except the fact that I upgraded to the latest and greatest and now my shit's whack. I assume they probably did a bunch of software updates and, it's probably fine now. I would never remember to charge the stupid thing because again, it's not like it has a monitor. It doesn't have anything that says hey, bitch, I'm about to die, right? And so it's I want to look at the device I'm using and have it tell me hey, I need to be charged. I don't want to be oh, that's weird. The light's not lighting up anymore. Miss me.